Man, you ever look at your life and you think, yeah, this version right here, what I'm living right now, this needs a full renovation. No paint, no pillows. I'm talking about full demolition, a whole restart. Then you might be ready for some reconstruction. Let's talk about it. Welcome to another episode, or the first episode, or whatever episode you might think this is, of It's Not That Serious, or is it? Where we consider the things that are going on in your world, in our world, and how we deal with them. A couple of weeks ago, I gave you 10 phrases to leave in 2025. And last week, I gave you 10 words or thoughts to take with you in 2026. I want us to look at those words one at a time. So let's start today. It's time to talk about reconstruction. You know, at some point in life, most people have a moment when they look around and think, okay, this is not what I ordered. Not in a dramatic, everything is on fire kind of way, but more like, I don't know, you're sitting quietly in your thoughts and you realize the plan that you were following has somehow led you to here. I mean, here, of all places, here. And here just feels off. That moment is usually the beginning of reconstruction. Reconstruction isn't about starting over because you failed. It's about starting over because you finally paid attention. See, a lot of us don't rebuild when things break. We patch, we tape, we make all kinds of band-aids and bandages on things. We tell ourselves it's not really that bad, while the roof is clearly leaking, and we strategically place buckets underneath every hole in the ceiling. I don't know. Reconstruction is uncomfortable. It's the decision to stop buying buckets. It says we got to do something different. It's realizing that the version of your life, the one that you're living, was built with information that you had years ago. And now, different priorities, different fears, different energy. Man, the fact that you're older, wiser, and more tired, and less willing to lie to yourself, is leading you to a place of reconstruction. The problem is reconstruction sounds productive, but it feels like a loss. Because before you build anything new, you have to admit that something old doesn't work anymore. And humans are incredible at staying loyal to things that no longer serve us. We stay loyal to jobs that don't help us, relationships that are killing us, habits that are destroying us, even entities that meant something in one generation of our lives but nothing now, just because we've invested time in them. We'll say things like, I've already put so much into this. This has always been here. As if the time you put into it is a non-refundable deposit on misery. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta stay miserable. Reconstruction asks a harder question. What if the time wasn't wasted? What if the time you spent in it wasn't wasted time, but the lesson is just over? That's a tough one because letting go doesn't come with applause. Nobody celebrates you for letting go. No one throws a party when you decide to rebuild your mindset or restructure your life. There's no ribbon cutting ceremony for emotional maturity. Most of reconstruction happens quietly, without very much fanfare. It's the internal conversation where you stop blaming circumstances and start auditing decisions. Not to shame yourself, but to understand yourself. And let's be clear, reconstruction is messy. We've all seen the sign, pardon our mess, but we're rebuilding for you. We're remodeling for you. Things look worse before they get better. You better believe it. When you are reconstructing things, you'll dismantle beliefs that once kept you comfortable. You'll outgrow routines that once kept you stable. You might even confuse people who preferred the old version of you because they were so comfortable with you. Mostly because you were predictable. It was predictable. Life was predictable. But reconstruction isn't chaos either. It's not chaos for the sake of chaos. It's intentional. It's measured. It's the difference between tearing something down in anger and dismantling it with a plan. The mistake people make is thinking reconstruction requires a dramatic leap. It doesn't. It only requires honesty. Honesty about what drains you. Honesty about what you're avoiding. Honesty about what you're tolerating. Because change felt harder than staying stuck. Reconstruction begins the moment you stop asking, how do I make this work? And start asking, what needs to change? That question alone can rearrange your life. Because once you see what's broken, you can't unsee it. And pretending not to notice becomes much more exhausting than doing the work of fixing what you see. Reconstruction doesn't promise comfort, it guarantees alignment. And alignment, while quieter, it lasts so much longer. So if you're in a season where things feel unsettled, where old strategies aren't working and new ones haven't fully formed yet, congratulations. You're not lost. You're rebuilding. And that, whether it feels like it or not, that is progress. It is progress. Yeah. I guess it's not that serious. Or is it? Next time, we'll talk about connectivity. Because rebuilding in isolation is a fast way to recreate the same problems, just with better furniture. And yes, it's not that serious. Or is it? We'll see you next time. Take care.